Welcome dear students to EPG Pathshala. In the course of Fields of Practice, we discuss upon the module Fundamentals of Social Entrepreneurship. I am Dr. Prince CP, Assistant Professor at School of Social Work, Roshni Nilaya, Mangalore. In the lesson we study the history and development of social enterprise. We also learn the concept and definition of social entrepreneurship. We need to find out the different types of social entrepreneurship. And finally, to study the methodology and process of starting a social enterprise. Let's start with the social entrepreneur term and how the concept derived. We know when Bill Gates, the founder and CEO of Microsoft, or Anita Roddick, the founder of Body Shop, seem to be better known around the world than most head of the state, one may conclude that the age of the entrepreneur has arrived. When the entire goal of the business is the promotion of social welfare, there is the emergence of social entrepreneurship. It is different from the enterprise, where the enterprise has a social responsibility. It focuses more on the social benefit. When an enterprise has a focus on the profit making, a social enterprise has focus on the societal benefit. William Drayton coined the term social entrepreneur. And he created the world's first organization to promote the profession of social entrepreneurship, which is Ashoka Innovators for the Public. And social entrepreneurship is the process of the creation of new and sustainable social values by combining resources in new ways. Neck, Brush and Allen in 2009 defines social entrepreneurship as the primary reason for resource combination, and it is to explore and exploit opportunities for social value creation by stimulating social change or for meeting social needs. The goal is the social benefit. How far your business can help the people in attaining those social benefits. It may be for a disabled person to engage in some employment. It may be a poor person who has some difficulties in life to meet those needs. It may be a group of people who have less access to the resources, and your enterprise is providing those resources to those people, so on and so forth. And now we enter into the history of social entrepreneurship. We know the charitable movement of Elizabethan era way back in 16,000 when Queen Elizabeth started the Poor Fund. And there are a whole lot of philanthropic activities which has a social entrepreneurship nature and functioning. And in 1960s, US non-profit experimented with enterprise to create jobs for disadvantaged population. Prior to that, in 19th century, in UK, the cooperatives functioned as a means of fund socio-economic agendas, and they engage the disabled people, the poor people in income generation activities. They are the predecessors, we can say, in social entrepreneurial field. We have the microcredit organizations made their appearance in 1970s. And almost the same time we have the community development corporations. They were gaining popularity in the United Nations. And in 1964, John Durant began working with 7 mentally retarded people. And that has become a company today, engaging more than 4,000 disabled people and have a great turnover. And it has established itself as a social enterprise. In 1963, Jack Dalton opened Pioneer Fellowship House as a residence for recovering alcoholic. And again, it has grown to the stage of a profit-making company where the profit is secondary, the recovery of these alcoholic people is the primary goal of the center. In 1979, we know the Grameen Bank has been initiated by Muhammad Yunus, the famous Nobel laureate. And we have different types of social enterprises in the history. We find the cooperatives. Robert Owen fathered the cooperative movement, and he started the cooperative movement for the welfare of his employees in his company. And the cooperative is defined by the International Cooperative Alliance as an autonomous association of persons united voluntarily to meet their common economic, social and cultural needs and aspirations through a jointly owned and democratically controlled enterprise. And we know today the cooperative societies and cooperative banks are very much rooted in Indian society, and most of the rural people are engaged in those cooperative activities, and it earns quite a good income for them. And these cooperatives are based on the values of self-help, self-responsibility, democracy, equality, equity and solidarity. And now we have another type of social enterprise, that is fair trade. The early attempts to commercialize fair trade goods in northern markets were initiated in 1940s and 1950s by religious groups and various political oriented NGOs. What they have done is, in order to collect some fund to help the poor people, they started fair trade, either related to the church or some of the NGOs, and then those money was distributed for the needy. Mennonite Central Committee and SCRRV International were the first in 1965 and 1949 respectively to develop fair trade supply chains in developing countries. The products, almost exclusively handicrafts, were mostly sold in retail outlet called world shops. And MC's historic world shop, 10,000 villages, is well known today and has numerous locations throughout the United States. We have another form, that is social firms, or it is also known as affirmative business. It is an attempt to run business for the welfare of the disadvantaged class of the society, like people with disability. In 1960s and 1970s, American and European non-profits began experimenting with enterprises to employ disadvantaged populations. We have another form, that is micro-enterprises, and we know, although presently few micro-enterprises organizations commune in the social entrepreneurship space, social entrepreneurship field views the microfinance institution as a quintessential social enterprise and sees its leaders as some of the world's most formidable social entrepreneurs, like the Muhammad Yunus. And recently we have ESFE, a micro-enterprise unit. It started as a micro-enterprise and it has gone into a massive social enterprise worth of 10,000 crores turnover in a year. And recently they have started a small finance banking, that kind of a new one with the permission of the Reserve Bank. And of course, in the days to come, these micro enterprises have a major say upon generating fund for the social enterprises. We have another type called venture philanthropy. What is venture philanthropy? It is the method of funding for charity, especially to start social enterprises. It adapts 6 tenets of venture capitalism. They are high funder engagement, multi-year funding, risk-return analysis and risk management, exit strategies, capacity building of the funded institution, and measurable performance results. So both social and financial returns are their goal. And we have the Ford Foundation, Bill Gates Foundation, then all those major philanthropic agencies fund for social enterprises. Nowadays, some of these foundations say you don't focus on the self-help groups, but you need a group of people, maybe those people who are below poverty line, get them like a cooperative society and engage in some of the social enterprises. And these foundations are ready to fund. Of course, you should ensure the sustainability and how you generate income from your social enterprise over a period of time to make it sustainable, so that these poor people, you can engage them in the years to come. Now we enter into the definition of social entrepreneurship. Deeds define social entrepreneurs as they play the role of change agents in the social sector. How these social entrepreneurs have a major say in the social change? He says, adopting a mission to create and sustain social value. It is not just a private value, it is a social value. And recognizing and relentlessly pursuing new opportunities to serve that mission. There should be something new. There is a new relationship, there is a new engagement. And engaging in a process of continuous innovation, adaptation and learning. And there is acting boldly without being limited by resources currently in hand. You have to get out of the box. You have to find new means. Your method should be innovative, ideas should be innovative, and the process which you engage should be innovative. And exhibiting heightened accountability to the constituencies served and for the outcome created. So this gives a bird's eye view of the social entrepreneurship. In nutshell, we can say social entrepreneurship is an enterprise where there is a social value created, engaging people in an innovative way, exploiting new opportunities for a better social outcome. And what are the different types of social enterprises? There is something called mission-centric oriented social entrepreneurship, where you have the mission of the enterprise or the organization, and focus upon that mission, you are orienting the entire social entrepreneurship unit. Then there is a second type, mission-related social enterprise. The focus may not be the main mission, but however it is related to the mission. For example, the welfare of the disabled people is your mission. In order to ensure that you engage them in some employment activities, a type of occupational engagement. So that is related to the main mission. And you have the main organization will have a whole set of activities for the promotion of the welfare of the disabled people. Then you have the third type, social enterprise unrelated to mission. Your mission is upon the welfare of the disabled, but you have a social enterprise unit for the welfare of the women. A part of the profit may be used for your activities for the disabled. So this is a type of social enterprise unrelated to mission. And you have another type, embedded social enterprises. Some of the operational models take the form of embedded social enterprise, such as entrepreneur support model, where the focus is upon the supporting the entrepreneurs. Then market intermediary model, you eliminate the intermediaries and you become an active participant in the entire marketing process. Then there is an employment model where the focus is upon providing employment. Then fee for service model, whatever service you are giving, maybe an educational service like giving tuition or a health service or counseling service, you are charging a fee and that fee is used for some social purpose. Then low income client as market model, then cooperative model and market linkage model, where you link different markets. You may be between different organizations in order to market their products or services. So these are the different types of social enterprises. That another type is integrated social enterprise. The social program overlap with business activities, often sharing cost and asset. Organizations create integrated social enterprise as a funding mechanism to support the non-profits operations and mission activities. So you are integrating both your enterprises activities and social enterprise activities. Then external social enterprise is another type, where social programs are distinct from business activities. You have an exclusive business activity where you make money, and you have an exclusive social program where you make use of the money generated from the other enterprise. The non-profit create external social enterprises to fund their social service and to meet the operating costs. Now we discuss the social enterprise structures. There is an organization structure. A social enterprise may be structured as a department or as a program or profit center within a non-profit and lack legal definition from its parental organization. Meaning to say that your organization is registered either as a trust under Indian Trust Act or registered under Society Act of your respective state. Then you are bringing out a social enterprise which may not be registered but which will be operating under either the same trust or the society. It may also be a subsidiary to the non-profit parent, as I told, and it can be either registered as a for-profit or non-profit. If it is for profit, then it has to be registered under Companies Act or under Section 25 of the Companies Act if it is a non-profit. Then there is a legal structure. The legal status may be arbitrary depending upon the situation. Suppose it is in a panchayat area, under that local governance, you will have to get a license. Suppose there are some environmental issues involved, like making use of the water and the residues can pollute the area, then of course you should get a sanction from the Pollution Control Board. Coming to the ownership structure, there are different types of ownership. It can be purely private, either an individual, then it can be a public where it is owned and operated by the government, or it can be collective, both the public and private engagement. Some of the activities government take the initiative and engage the private people, either individuals or groups, and start. For example, the activities done by the women's self-help group in different states, maybe in Kerala or Karnataka or in Tamil Nadu or Andhra Pradesh, where you engage some of the SHGs in government activities. Now we come to the social enterprise methodology. There is a program strategy for affecting the social impact and mission accomplishment. There is a social value creation. What is that social value creation? Social value is the benefit for the society. Your target population may be either the disabled or the women or any of the marginalized sector, and how your program is giving a benefit to that marginalized sector. That is the social value created. And there is a financial strategy for generating income through commercial activities as a means to achieve the sustainability. Either the very production process itself can fetch you some income, or you have some profit making activities and that profit you are pulling together and make use of in your social enterprise, because the social enterprise itself may not generate you an income. Then there is a capacity building strategy for strengthening organizational capacity, its performance and efficiency. Then you have a cultural strategy to transform organizational culture into being more entrepreneurial, innovative and market driven, where you focus upon the culture of the place and you are in tune with the culture of the people so that you have a better access towards the people. Now we enter into the entire process of social entrepreneurship. How do you start a social entrepreneurship? Everything starts with an idea generation. And this idea generation, it is not that any idea can give you enough tool to engage in a social enterprise. The idea which is more effective, more practical, which can either engage you in the production of a product or in a service sector where you can earn sufficient income, that idea can sell you, that idea can sell, and that idea can give you a sufficient market. So the idea generation is important. And there is also resource mobilization. How you can mobilize different types of resources. The human resource, natural resource, financial resource, and social resources. And there is a central phenomenon, which is the people. You cannot start any enterprise without people. So people is the focus. And of course you need finance, the capital, the fixed income, as well as you have to meet the running costs. Both these are focusing your central phenomenon. Then in any social enterprise, as I told, there is a social value creation. What is the social benefit you are planning? And how effectively you can engage in your business so that you meet this social benefit. Then there is a focus on social demand and not economic. Your thrust is on social demand, the social benefit, not economic. Profit, if at all generated, is for the sake of social demands, to meet the social demand. And in the entire process, you have to monitor the growth, how you are making use of the people, engaging them in different production or service activities, and how it is growing over a period of time, how you can engage the employees, and how you can look into their welfare, and what are the different challenges you face on the way, how you meet those challenges. All these you monitor during the growth. Of course, you need to measure the performance and focus on the result. Any enterprise, whether it is for-profit or non-profit, it has to be result-oriented. Therefore, the performance of the employees and of the different departments is important. Then care on employees, their welfare, the marketing of your product or service, the sustainability of the entire program, all these are important. you will have to monitor and evaluate throughout. Coming to the conclusion of the lesson, we started with defining social entrepreneurship, and we found that ultimately it is social value creation. We analyzed the historical sketches of philanthropy, different types of social enterprises that gave picture of current status of social entrepreneurship. Then we found the structures, strategies and process of the social entrepreneurship, and we need to read more case studies, and it is useful that you visit social enterprise units and pilot ventures that will help you for better understanding of the social entrepreneurship. Of course, it is an answer to the growing unemployment and social problems across the globe. Although it is a multidisciplinary field, social workers being custodians of social welfare has a unique role in the promotion of social entrepreneurship among the individuals and the community, particularly in the eradication of the poverty. Let us look into some of the readings. We have the work of Alter Kim Virtue Ventures on social enterprise typology. The latest version is also available in the website www.virtueventures.com. Then another article published in Friend and Center, Social Entrepreneurship Basics by Hornsnell, Antti and Pepin and John way back in 2002. Then another work by Mayor Jonah, Noboa, Ernesto in 2003 on social entrepreneurship, how intentions to create a social enterprise get formed, published by IESC Business School, Universidade Navarra. Then there is the Swedish Entrepreneurship Forum had a survey of current research published by Pontius Braunerem and Ulrika Stuart Hamilton way back in 2010. And you can read any book related to the social entrepreneurship that will give you sufficient idea. And it is good that you go through different literature to find different models of social entrepreneurship and learn the process of development. As a part of your field practicum, kindly visit any social enterprise of your choice and find out its objectives and what are the strategies adopted for its success. Hope you enjoyed the session. Thank you.